Hey fandom, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about a series that has come out and a lot of people regard it very highly. Some say it's even as good or if not better than Watchmen. I am of mixed opinions on this one. So I am talking about Planetary. And we are going to be looking at the Planetary Omnibus. Now, Planetary is a series that started in the late 1990s and stretched on to about 2007. The situation was that this is a 27-issue series that is written by Warren Ellis and art by John Cassaday. Now, if you know anything about Warren Ellis, he's had a tremendous career with things such as Transmetropolitan, he's done X-Men, he's done just a bunch of things. Most recently, he's done Trees, which I really enjoyed. Planetary. Planetary is a series that is set in the Wildstorm universe, that is a universe that is no longer there anymore. And the reason for that is because they were bought out by DC, and what DC did is that they incorporated some of these characters, some of these thoughts and ideas into their universe. Now, Planetary tells the story of this group called the Planetary Organization, and when the story starts out with, you have the organization looking for this guy named Snow. Snow is a centennial baby, and what that means is that he was born at the turn of the century in the 1900s, and because of that, he is now immortal. He is recruited by this lady named Jaquita and this guy named Drums, and the concept of this is that they are idea archaeologists. So they go around and they discover these strange mysteries, and they try to figure out what the purpose of it and preserve those ideas and things like that. It's a very high concept idea, and one that works and pays off, because what Warren Ellis does with this is that he does commentary. He does a lot of commentary on fiction and these movies and tropes and things like that over the past decade. This started out in 1999 and it was delayed a long time because Warren Ellis, he took his time. John Cassaday is not a very fast artist. What you're going to notice also is that the art at the beginning of the series, not that great. Cassaday was starting to refine his style to what we see later on, to a more advanced and very beautiful and clean, crisp, and detailed style. So let me get into this real quick. For the most part, this series is one and done. You could read one issue and you're done with it. So there's some of the art. Get you a better sample of that. And you're going to have different stories. You know, there's the sci-fi story, the pulp story, very interesting concept. And what you're going to notice is that there's not much of an ongoing thread of a story. Like I said, it's mostly one and done issues, but underneath it there's connections. There's little dots here and there, and the best way to explain it is the series can be split into two different main plots. You have the first set of stories, which deals with the discovery of this fourth man. Who is the fourth man in the Planetary Organization? And then after that, you are going to be involved in the mystery of this group called the Four, which is this group of astronauts that were sent up into space in the 1960s, and they came back and they have powers, and they are trying to basically destroy and take over, and they've made a deal with this other group of beings of the world. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, read it. It will make sense eventually. And also, if you are savvy enough, you might have caught the reference of what the Four are. So, here's a better example of the art. Also, what you'll notice is that if you've ever seen John Cassaday, you might notice that the character, the drummer, looks a lot like him. He is known for using a lot of photo referencing, so it was probably easier for him to just photo reference himself into it. Overall, I think this is a pretty solid omnibus. I really enjoyed the art in this. Now, some problems that I had with it. Some problems that I had with it is that I really do enjoy Warren Ellis's writing. However, towards the last few issues, I did kind of feel like he was just using all this techno babble, and some of the concepts that he introduced were very high-minded and very but after a while I kind of felt like, okay, you're kind of just trying to talk to me like you're the guy, the dude, the guy that looks like the Colonel from The Matrix, that's wearing the white suit, because he's just spitting all this techno babble out, and I'm like, I don't care, okay, just get to the point. But aside from that, I think this is a beautiful series that is a deconstruction of the comic book genre and fiction and things like that. And if you are a fan of these things, and you are a fan of DC, you should really check this out. More specifically, if you are a fan of Grant Morrison's new project, Multiversity, This is where the concept of the bleed and exploring the multiverse and things like that comes into full effect. Warren Ellis is really the pioneer of a lot of that stuff. So if you are a fan of Grant Morrison's Multiversity, definitely check this out, because I think you will enjoy it, and you start to see where Grant Morrison is mining a lot of those ideas from. He gets it from a lot from in here, and Warren Ellis's run on Authority. Overall, I think it's a solid omnibus. It also has my personal favorite cover without the slipcase out of all of the omnibus that I own. I think this is great. Check that out. That's without the slipcase. I really adore this. In fact, I think I might just take off the paper on that. I think that looks really great. Special features. What you're getting here is the typical omnibus stuff. You're getting script. You're getting issues. Also, there is a crossover with the JLA. That's a pretty cool issue in there. There's a Batman one. Really great stuff in here. The binding on this, though, I don't know what the deal is with DC and their binding, but this is really a tight binding. So, I didn't have any problems with it. Sturdy hardcover. It's going to last you a long time. I really enjoyed this, and if you are a fan of high-minded concepts, and you really enjoy kind of mystery stories and dealing with, hey, who's the fourth man? What are these concepts he's introducing? I think you'll really enjoy this. But if you're a person that gets kind of tired of the whole techno-babble, blah, 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 blah thing, towards the end of it, I was just like, okay, come on, let's get this over with. But overall, definitely recommend you check this out. Comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Bye.